Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PS1 disc review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Bomberman, which I'm sure has a different name in North America. I think it's Bomberman World, it might be Bomberman Land. Either way, it's a remake of the original Bomberman, but with so much more included. Option screen, you can basically choose your password, and there's like cheat passwords out there and that to like warp you to the last level with all the power-ups and stuff. You can set controller stuff and sound options and screen options and that. The game's up to 5 player, but I don't know if 5 players will work on the PlayStation. While I do have 5 pads, one of them is locked away in a safe place in case we ever need a spare, and it means that I haven't been able to actually test to see if all 5 work. Every time I've had a multi-tap game on multi-tap PlayStation 1 game on the PlayStation 3, it's worked, but in the way of that you had to have player 1 is player 1, player 2 is player 3 is player 5, and player 5 is player 7. So if you've got the game in 5 pads at hand, just try messing around with different pad combinations. Anyway, starting the game you can choose modern or retro. It's the same game, it's just basically, well, it's the same game minus the fact that the new one gets power-ups and stuff. You can then choose to save and stuff like that via the memory card if you want to, instead of using the password. But basically, seeing as this is going to be awkward with a memory card check and stuff like that, I'm just going to cut into some footage before I continue on. Anyway, as I was trying to say before the memory card started to annoy us, basically it's the same game, only the modern one is a much more modern feel. Basically you get new power-ups and stuff like that. You like get new graphics, well, advanced graphics, which to be fair, looking at the most current Bomberman games, this isn't exactly advanced anymore, and that's pretty much it. So I will show footage from both, but the main chunk of the game here, the main reason to get it is the battle mode, which quite possibly has the best battle mode of any Bomberman game ever. There's just so much to do. But before I get into the battle mode, as I did say I'd show off both the modern and the retro mode, I'll explain what's actually going on. Basically, there's enemies on the stage, you have to find the exit, which is actually over there. I've just managed to find it with the first block I blew up, but you basically have to just blow up blocks until you find it. If you bomb the exit, enemies come out, so you want to be very careful not to do that. I'll just try and show you it here. To be fair, I haven't killed an enemy, so I don't know if it'll happen. Yes, it does, and to be fair, I actually got 2, 3, Jesus, I've never had that many enemies come out before. Anyway, the whole point is just basically go around, trap the enemies, blow them up and that, and once every enemy's killed, then basically you go through the exit and go on to the next level and continue doing that all the way through the 50 levels, of which is 50 on both modes. So that's that. It's basic, it's in all honesty boring. It's usually these modes are actually really good, but this one's a bit too basic and, well, just boring and plain for it to actually be any good, because it is the remake of the original one, and it's a shame that they didn't remake it and then add stuff to it. But they didn't, so I'll cut into the retro footage, let you listen to some music, and then I'll explain the hefty battle mode. So that was a bit of the music, and this is now the battle mode. You've got a choice between Battle Royale and Custom Battle when you go into it. Custom Battle basically means you can customise things, Battle Royale is fixed rules. You've then got Beginner, Normal and Advanced. They are actually important because it depends on what you do. Basically there's 8 stages per mode, so there's 24 battle stages overall. You can then choose single match and tag match, just going into the next bit of these options. You can choose your computer difficulty, you can choose games per match, time limits, you can just like put Hyper Bomber and stuff like that on. Choose how many computers you want on and stuff, and then basically start the game off and choose your stage, which each stage has different rules to it, so I'll just do my best to show off as much as I can, because as I say, there is so much to do. You've then got item selection, so you can switch things on or off. I'm going to switch some of these on, quite a lot of these on, because to be fair, it's the one thing no one seems to know. I imagine over the internet people have managed to spread this and they know what it is, but it's a trick that every time I show people in real life, they're always gobsmacked that you can actually do it, because the thought never occurred to them. So I'm just going to basically, as I say, show off as much as I can and try and show this, well, trick off I suppose would be the best word for it, but there is so much to it that it's just impossible to show it all. Unfortunately, I didn't realise the loading times for the battle mode were so long, so I apologise for the black screen you just got there for about 20 seconds. But anyway, battle mode, as I say, the whole point of it is you just basically fight people, you kill them, and it's literally last man standing wins. So here we go then. Anyway, I've managed to get the well, the flak jacket or something that basically makes you invincible. And all you do is, once you get one of these invincible jackets, you just keep bashing the circle button after you've had a bomb explode, and you can walk around with a continuous trail of fire around you. You have to keep an eye on the time though. The invincibilities last about 30 seconds, so it's one of those that as long as you stop about 5 seconds in advance, then you're not going to kill yourself like that, because basically it takes a little while for the flame to go down, so make sure you give yourself about 5 or 6 seconds leeway. I'm pretty sure that wasn't even 30 seconds there, so I don't know if it randomises or if it's just different for the single player. But anyway, that's the beginner mode. You get the basics, the basic power-ups, the basic characters, the basic stages. Now on to the advanced mode. So this is basically the advanced mode. I've skipped out normal purely because of time constraints, but basically you've got characters who have special abilities. You can get Louis, which is what these are called, these kangaroo dinosaur type things. I say kangaroo because on the other games they're kangaroos, but this they're quite clearly dinosaurs. And they all have abilities as well, like this one here I've got is allowing me to jump over blocks, and it's just such an upgrade from going from this to the advanced mode. There's just so many different things. As I say, characters have powers, these have powers. You've got, to be fair, the same items, but the stages change. The stages are now interactive, as you might notice, with that robot thing moving around. So it's just mad. There's just so much to do, and if you're after a Bomberman game for multiplayer, this is probably one of the best that's ever been made, and I so hope they bring it to the PSN as well, because I'm thankful I've got it here on disc, but even so, it's the type of thing that this would probably sell a storm on the PSN for those who've never played it before. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.